We are in the absolute thick of the holiday shopping season, and today I'm walking you through my exact workflow of how I do my research on Etsy to see what types of products people are buying that I can incorporate those trends into my own print-on-demand business. And before any of you come for me saying, Megan, isn't it too late to launch these for Q4 and getting the sales in this season? I'm here to tell you that if you wanted to launch a brand new print-on-demand business and incorporate these trends, it's probably gonna be a little bit too late. However, if you already have a lot of your designs up and you're just wanting to do kind of a fall post-mortem and get an understanding of what's already starting to see early success and early momentum, that's what this video is about. And if you don't really want to launch these for Q4, I can totally understand. You've kind of got everything set up the way you want it to. Utilize this same methodology and the same process for how you might want to launch early Q1 designs. I'm talking Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, getting ready for Mother's Day, all of those early 2026 trends. You can take this same process as we close out the holiday season and roll that into your 2026 planning. And today I'm partnering with Everbee to bring you my exact workflow. This is a software that I use to do all of my Etsy product research. And the reason I like them is it's basically a plugin extension that allows me to see back-end information onto which products are trending and selling across Etsy. So I can kind of get the inside scoop onto what products are starting to pick up steam and which ones have had really big years. And they're more of an estimate, but that allows me to at least have some additional signals outside of just what all people can see to start to understand what types of things are building momentum that I might be able to take those elements and spin them into my own designs for my own business. So the way that I start this is I go into an incognito browser and I go over to Etsy and I type in something as basic and as boring as gift. And the reason I keep this super broad is I want to not just drill into a specific category. If I already know what I want to sell or have an inkling of different niches that I want to drill down into, I'll go ahead and I'll search that individual product. But going into a specific holiday like Christmas, where everybody's just going to be searching for gifts, and I would focus the majority of your time, if you're still thinking about if you want to list products, I would focus the majority of your time onto gifts, because that's gonna be an easier evergreen solution where even if you don't get a ton of sales for the holiday season, these will likely still be gifts that you can revive and edit and get learnings on as you go through the year. So I'm gonna type in gift, and then since I have Everbee as my extension, I'm gonna click on product analytics, which will allow me to see a bunch of information about all of the products across Etsy. And when I do that, it's typically just gonna default to the results on the page. So I'm gonna click Everbee database so I can see all of the different listings. The next thing I wanna do is I wanna throw in a few filters. Everbee is great, but these are gonna be estimates, and it's gonna be all based off of the information that the seller has put in here. So if they're advertising a ridiculously high price and they've increased their sales price, for example, this item is showing that it cost $47,000 to buy and this one cost $10,000 to buy, those are not products that I'm gonna pay any attention to. So I'm gonna add in a few filters that will allow me to exclude those. And given the fact that I'm wanting to do new product research, I really only wanna see listings that have been live for 2 months. But I wanna take a look and just see the new items that are fresh, that have just hit Etsy, what is picking up steam, and that's gonna be easier for me to digest, at least in this session. So I'm gonna go over to filter and I'm gonna add in a couple of those things. So I'm gonna put in a max price of like $200, and for my listing age, I'm gonna do a max of 2, which is just 2 months. So from there, it gives me all of the different products that have had different sales, and it has them sorted from top revenue in the last month. So this is what I wanna see, and I just kind of wanna start working down these. But this is a pro tip for myself. Obviously, everybody's doing the same type of product research, and they're probably taking a look and being like, oh, okay, which t-shirt has done $23,000 of revenue? Let me just do more of that. I will sometimes just ignore anything that is doing more than like 5K per month in revenue, because those are typically not the products that I'm gonna make and be a bestseller, because everybody's getting way too saturated there. I wanna look for the ones that are building some steam, and maybe they're driving on a single product $500, $750, $1,000 of revenue in the last month, that I can then take that idea and do 10 or 15 different designs and 10 different niches and try to focus on that learning instead of just assuming that one product is going to do all of my sales. I'm probably gonna need to have a few more shots at bat, and that's what I'm gonna focus on. So I'm still gonna take a look at these and I'll make some call outs, but it's more important to me to find ones that are just like solid, good performers than it is to go after and try to recreate or take the learnings of an item that's doing $30,000 a month, because those are going to be a little bit tougher to crack. The first theme that I'm spotting and trend that I'm spotting is going to be political merch. Now, keep in mind that a lot of these other listings so far are going to be things that are going to be trademarked or copywritten. I've seen a couple different arguments in the same vein for political merchandise, but what the takeaway has tended to be is that political merchandise, especially if you're not utilizing the person's likeness, can be put into the bucket of the First Amendment of just having an opinion and putting that in your opinion on what type of candidate or what type of messaging you like on and using. And so take it with a grain of salt. This is not legal advice. I will say that that is a trend that I am seeing. And if that is a space that you operate in, we're going to be seeing more of that this holiday season. One example that we're seeing is going to be this Morse code bracelet. And then we're also seeing another similar one with this table runner. So keep that in mind, that if you operate in that space and you want to roll the dice, we will likely be seeing more of this political merch, especially in the holiday-esque area, start to pick up. So that's the first one. Err on the side of caution. I won't be getting into the weeds here, but it's interesting nonetheless. The other trend we're seeing is one that I've been talking a little bit about on my channel so far, which is going to be customized wall art using an image that is provided to you by your customer and making some sort of change to it that makes it a little bit more artistic and a little bit different, all of which can be done utilizing AI. So this is an example of one that has been live for 2 months. It is a wall art portrait. They allow for digital files as well as different printed sizes, and it's done in a watercolor style. And in the last 2 months, it has done about 60 sales per month. So depending on if this was a digital sale or if it was an actual printed item, if they are selling this as a digital file, they are very easily making $10 by just paying for their time to go in and make this change on AI. So there's definitely opportunity. This is a new item, this is a new product, to continue to find different ways to do customized images using AI. I will link a few different videos here of similar processes I went through to take an image, make a little bit of a tweak to it, add it onto a product. It's very simple. If you used a platform like ChatGPT or Gemini to generate these images, you will probably run out of your free credits to use Pro to basically make this, but you could always upgrade your monthly subscription from that free account to $20 per month to be able to have this be a business outcome where you are generating images utilizing AI and filling the need of a customer that doesn't know how to do that. So there's opportunities here. This next trend is absolutely killing me. If you are a parent, you've probably heard all about this. It is essentially this theme of 6'7". The kids are obsessed with it. It's a meme. I don't really know. I'm too old to really understand. But we're seeing a lot of funny and new and different items pop up with this 6'7" language. So I think there's a plenty of opportunity here to take the learnings from this product, which is a wrapping paper that says Santa says 6'7". In the last month since it's been live, it's already sold over 30 times. And you can absolutely apply these learnings to other items. You could do ornaments. You could try throwing this onto t-shirts. Again, I would be a little bit cautious about going too aggressive with holiday specific merch, but you could start thinking about New Year's 6'7" items, different ways to incorporate this. It'll probably fizzle out soon, but it is what all the kids are loving, and parents are just plagued by this statement. So love seeing that, and I think it's more so a good watch out for if you are a mom or a dad and your kids start saying something absurd and it becomes this big thing. There's opportunities for you to test that out within print on demand, and clearly this is working. This is absolutely most likely the Printify wrapping paper. A lot of these mock-ups look right in line with what you can find on Printify. So this is anything that you and I could do, and they pull up a few designs that probably were from Creative Fabrica, stitch them all together, do the pattern option on Printify. So really easy listing to get live, and different ways that if you have a unique offering, you could cross niche this as well. Moving right along, I think this is a really good example of another one that you could take learning learnings from and do a little bit of something different here. This is a couples matching crew neck set that says due to inflation, this is my Halloween costume, and then inflation. I think this is really timely. Obviously, finances are tough for a lot of people, and we're probably going to see a lot of folks hurting this holiday season to purchase gifts. And so this would be like a really funny set to make, but remix this for like a Christmas sweater edition and have it saying, due to inflation, my presence is the present this season or whatever, and then still have like inflation. And just do like a funny Christmas sweater design. These are very clearly the Gildan 18,000. So different ways to kind of cross niche that. Financial pressures and also comedy with the holidays coming up, I think are a really great fit. Another really great trend that I'm seeing, this is another listing, brand new, only been live a month, and it's Comfort Colored Tees, and they are doubling down on the mashed potato theme of Thanksgiving. Everybody knows that during Thanksgiving, it's all about the mashed potatoes. Don't fight me on this. And so what they've done is instead of doing like funny turkey related t-shirts and it's like a family matching set, they've done this like very simple, different colors, and the title of the shirt is gonna change based off of different like mashed potatoes. So you have sweet potato, sleepy potato, spicy potato, crispy potato, kind of rude potato. So you can customize this, and each person could have like their own like personality trait with potato, which I just think is super funny. And there are ways, again, for us to take these learnings and do something similar, but in like a really simple way, not a lot of design aesthetic, just like simple, cute. It's a t-shirt that like, you could probably wear this throughout the year. I don't know why. People probably would think it's funny if your shirt said spicy potato, but like I'd wear that throughout the year. And do a little bit something different with like cookie or another like Christmas related item that you think is really popular in your family. So another option of food related items that are coming to the forefront in different designs, and people are just wanting to have like a t-shirt that is something related to the food because the meal is the most important part. Another one that kind of matched with that I think is standing out when I scrolled through, once again, this has been live for 1 month and it's already done over 30 sales. Bad day to be a deviled egg. So just a really funny short saying. This is not hard. It's text. It is a single little graphic. So there's additional ways for you to do similar things. Bad day to be a Christmas cookie, whatever it is that is like specific, and maybe you take more of a nuanced path here. If there are Hanukkah dishes and you just take a little bit of a different angle, that could be really interesting and speak to a different type of consumer. And so I'm loving the food related specific t-shirts and items going into the holiday season. And the last trend I'm gonna highlight here, and probably the one that I'm most excited about, just having so much potential and opportunity that I have never listed anything for in my shop, is going to be neighbor gifts. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that if you can do more in the gift realm, that's what I would recommend you dedicate your time to, because people are more willing to spend money on gifts than they are like a t-shirt that they're gonna wear one time, even though we know that those will sell as well. I think this is a perfect example of something that is so easy, so quick. It is a ornament that says neighbors like you are precious and few. I just wanna say thank you. And this is an area where people are going to want to give gifts to their neighbors. And it has sold in the last month over 200 times on average. And these are different gifts that we could do as print on demand. This is obviously more of a wintry theme, but you could always create designs and just change your SEO for neighbor gift. And that could be something that lives evergreen in your shop. Keep in mind here, I know a lot of you are gonna see this price and you're gonna be like, Megan, but how do we make this make sense from a pricing perspective? They're doing a little something sneaky here where they're showing that the circle starts at $291, but when I click into it, it's just gonna be the digital file. It's not actually $291. It's gonna be anywhere from $8 to $11, and they're charging $5.99 shipping. I know these ornaments across Printify and other platforms are $5 plus shipping, so they're still definitely making 30 to 40% margin on this item. So not just ornaments, you could think about dish towels, you could think about candles, all types of different items that would still fall into this. And I'm excited to see this one. So far, conversion rate 19%. So there's plenty of potential here. that would be a great gift for people. And they're probably buying multiple. You know that you don't just have that one neighbor that you like. They probably have 5 or 6 down the street, and they're gonna go deliver them with cookies and things like that. So I'm loving this one. Those are some of the top trends that I'm seeing popping out on Etsy today. I'm filming this on November 17th. It is the week before Thanksgiving week. And so we're just starting to get some of this data. So keep that in mind, that across different political items, neighbor gifts, potentially some more customized AI-driven art edited items, and food-related family t-shirts, those are areas that we're starting to see rise to the top. So think about how you might be able to combine those into your shop for the holiday season. And if not for the holiday season, for early 2026. There are still lots of events right around the corner. And these are just early things for us to take a look at that we want to be aware of to see what people are buying now, because if they're buying it now, they're going to have interest in it in the coming months. As I noted earlier, I am partnering with Everbee on this video, and they are about to launch their biggest sale of the year. I don't have all the details quite yet on what will be included. However, if you've been kind of on the fence about getting any type of software for your print-on-demand business, I totally get it. They do offer a free platform. I will drop a link to them in the description below. But if you were holding out for that perfect opportunity, this is likely going to be it. At the end of the year, there are sales happening across a bunch of different retailers and businesses. There are software discounts during the end of the year as well. And so they've mentioned this is gonna be their biggest sale of the year. So if you have any interest in that, make sure to check them out. I use them every single day for my business. And if you're thinking about getting really serious for print on demand in 2026, it's one of the software that you might end up having to upgrade just because you only get so many searches for free. So keep that in mind. I hope this was helpful. This is exactly how I start to do my research for trying to understand which trends and which things are selling well on Etsy. If you liked it, let me know which item was the most surprising to you, and I will catch you on the next one.